Hey guys, Mad Dog here.
And M-Star here.
Today we're going to be looking at a generator we found on Craigslist. I found this on my local Craigslist. It's actually a Powermate MAXA 5000. It's got a Tecumseh 10-horse motor, and I found it for a really good deal. Basically, I had been looking for a generator, and I was checking every day. It popped up for 75 bucks, which is an amazing deal if you know too much about generators. A lot of times a 10 horsepower generator can go for 400 bucks even used. So we had to jump on this. I drove all the way out in the middle of nowhere to buy this from a guy, and he took the 75 bucks, which is as low as he would go. It kind of half ran. I mean, it started and smoked and sputtered, and I figured we had something that we might be able to get some use out of.
So yeah, the guy said basically it had been sitting for a couple years and hadn't been running, so I figured just a normal go-over, basic tune-up, and this thing ought to run out fine. Okay, so I think we're going to go after the easiest stuff first. We'll check the basics, your air filter, fuel filter. We're going to definitely want to change the oil in that, and probably a spark plug. We'll like I say, we'll look at all the basics here, and then we'll see what we got.
I think we're also going to want to go ahead and drain the fuel. He said it's been sitting for a couple years. He didn't really sound like he's the type of guy that puts a bunch of additives in his fuel, so we're going to get rid of that and get us a good fresh base.
You okay?
Yeah. Where's my thumbnail at?
Off?
Fuck.
Okay, so the gas didn't end up turning out to be too bad. Apparently this guy had put some new gas in it when he was trying to sell it. It smelled fine. I was still glad to get it out of there and rinse out the tank though.
So we got the spark plug pulled out. It actually didn't look too bad. There wasn't a lot of wear on it, but it surely needed replaced. It was pretty black and burnt. I mean, it had probably had some bad gas ran through it at some point.
First try. That's 10 mil.
Oh, okay. Yeah, manual adjustable. It's pretty dark. Oh, look at that. Ew.
So the oil ended up being pretty dark. It didn't have a lot of grit in it or anything. I'd guess this is probably the original oil that came in the generator, though, as black as it was. So the air filter ended up being the biggest problem this generator had. It looks like somebody's probably dumped some starting fluid or something like that through it. It's all gummed up and it smells horrible. Okay, the best part of the whole job, we get to go for a little bike ride.
So we're going to head over here to Advanced Auto and see if they've got everything we need to get this fixed up. Did you watch my video?
So I talked to the guys in at the counter. They hooked us up with this fuel filter, spark plug, and we got us some 10W30 purple, royal purple oil.
You only get to live once, ain't that right?
They didn't have the air filter in stock, so they ordered it for us, and we ended up picking it up a couple days later.
So we fill up the oil, put the spark plug in, the filters, put the tank back on, and add a little bit of gas, and we're ready to test.
This is the hole through the gas tank they provide so you can take the spark plug out. I didn't have a long enough extension, so we just took the spark plug out while we had the tank off.
Here. I don't know which is on and which is off.
Alright, let's see if we can get this thing to fire up now. Alright, so a little bit of messing around with the choke and got this thing to fire up. Seems to smooth out pretty good and run good.
So here I plug in my kilowatt power meter to get an idea of what it's outputting. It looks like we got 122 volts and 58 hertz. That should be good enough.
Yeah, that ought to run the electric chair just fine. One thing about it, it's really loud. We've already got the neighbors woke up now, so let's load this thing down and see if it'll handle close to 5,000.
So we plug in the fryer here. Looks like it's pulling just around 1400 watts, maybe a little less. We've also got this space heater, oil space heater plugged in here. We lost the clip of how much power it was pulling, but it was right around 1500 watts. So we plugged in the coffee maker. That's only at about 800 watts. It was still running strong, so we go ahead and plug the toaster in.
Toast.
Looks like the toaster's right around 1400 watts. So that brings our total up to right around 5100 watts total pull. It still seems to be running pretty good.
Yeah, maybe not enough for the electric chair, but that'll definitely make me breakfast. Well, I guess breakfast is going to have to wait. She's dumping oil.
Not putting anything. So it looks like we overfilled the oil. Looks like a quart might have been too much. I got this information by just looking it up on the Tecumseh's website. To be fair, the first thing it said was read the stickers on your generator or any other Tecumseh powered device. The problem is our stickers are all painted and messed up or missing here, so we just kind of relied on the internet.
Yeah, and then for whatever reason, I didn't feel the need to check the dipstick after we added the oil. I was like, well, if it takes a quart, it takes a quart. That's easy enough.
So we went ahead and drained out the extra oil here.
And checked the dipstick. Dipstick.
We're right at the right level.
It didn't last time we Alright, so it looks like we got it all sorted out. The thing's running great. I missed breakfast, but I guess we'll try for lunch.
Yeah, this really ended up working out pretty good. A little bit of work on our part. We've got ourselves a great working generator, and for only 75 bucks.
Yeah, and I think we were only into the parts for, what was it, 35 bucks for everything?
Yeah, something around that. The most expensive thing was the air filter, I think, at like 15 bucks.
Yeah, they stuck me on that one.
But other than that, hopefully you guys can get out and find yourselves a good deal on a generator that's been sitting around. Might be cheap. Let us know down in the comments below if you've ever done anything cool like this. Maybe you've got something you're having some trouble working on. We might be able to help you out.
Yeah, you know, I was just thinking we could have shaved a little bit off this cost because that oil was like $8 and we only used about half of it.
Well, you know, sometimes that'll happen, I guess.